YouTube channel is the same username on my YouTube, so I would appreciate it if you guys subscribe to it or share it. First, let's get done with the dailies today. Yep, but this is the easy stuff. Not much to do. Just some, and then some trading. I always try and do 4. I have like 500. That's a whole lot. So what's the currency again? Jigjaw coin. Jigjaw coin. I never really saw that before. I am a PNG tuber now, so I appreciate it. If you enjoy just seeing a walkie-talkie jump up and down. Okay, just let me check the sound. Hello, hello.
They are much naughtier than the Foundation's kids.
I think the game's still too loud. I guess this is it. I think it's too low now. That should do it, I guess. Okay, hopefully the volume's good and you can hear me fine, unlike last time when
It is sweet of you to be so quiet when
the
you come to
audio
visit.
was so shitty. Oh, I couldn't even hear myself most of the time. But cut me some slack, that was my first stream ever. Hopefully I stick around and make it better. Oh yeah, I'm done with this. Finished the anecdote and got all the stuff complete. 10k. Now I can claim the Annalene cycle. I like collecting these all at once. Okay, nice. String battle. Nice, let's go. Oh, and I maxed her Euphoria, by the way. I think I did. I remember maxing it. Yep,
Oh,
max
welcome,
Euphoria.
Waisa!
Yep, this one. Let's just upgrade it a little bit. So it's not dog shit. Yep, I have a lot of stuff. max it out. Yep, that's great. A whole lot of greed. Is it greed or something? It's not sure. Okay, that's good. So I've been grinding just this stage again and again, you know, for the currency, event currency. Because if I don't, excuse me.
Find the left. I don't remember having a reason to worry. Fireworks! You won't get away. Responsibility. Awake. You won't get away.
Case closed. I'll be sure to write a report and put it on your table.
Track for the event.
And please don't forget to...
Let's do one.
Can we use the camera dolly this time?
Okay, so we're gonna get back to the end. Sorry guys, my bad.
My responsibility. No, myself. Scientific vision.
I was scientific.
强梁既出，王有不为。Awake.
What a memorable moment, Timekeeper!
Where you can hear yourself while you stream. Let's give you some settings, right? Yep, I'm just gonna have to go with the flow. Just learn it later. This one and this one. Please come in the next event. All the achievements will be maxed out. And I'm really tempted to buy the subscription in this update. I think you guys know this. It's this one. I'm so tempted to buy this one, but I don't know if I should. I mean, look at it. It is 3 months subscription. I mean, I have a lot of drops saved up, but still, it wouldn't hurt to have these many drops. Okay, everything's done. Everything's done. Go back to the event. Let's go. Chapter 6.
Des armoires et encore des armoires.
There's some.
Qui est responsable ici? J'avais l'impression que c'était un département important, non? Où est la sécurité?
The ever-curious Matilda weaves her way through the rows of filing cabinets. She has read about this department in books detailing the Foundation's history.
Le département contient tous les objets connus qui ont produit des phénomènes dangereux ou mystérieux liés à l'arcane. Certains disent même qu'il contient chaque mystère arcanique résolu et non résolu, jamais enregistré.
The conspiracy section of the Arcanes.
Et bien sûr, le plus grand mystère de tous les temps, la tempête, les défis toujours.
Le defeat. La French. I tried learning French in my 8th grade. I could not for the life of me ever remember those grammar.
Comme c'est le cas pour nous tous, il semble que chaque département sont désormais tournés vers l'étude de la tempête. Il y a peu de temps pour ces énigmes plus triviales.
Our footsteps echo through the empty department, and the odd sense that she's being bored settles over. Silence can be comforting, but it can also be unsettling, a breeding ground for loneliness, dredging up long-buried unease.
Je me demande comment va maman.
Mama.
Madame Z a dit qu'elle la surveillerait, mais toujours pas de nouvelles.
Yeah, we never saw her continuation from the event. Which event was it? I think it was the disco event. The Mercury and Jay, where in the end she goes to see her mother. But I can't remember what happened after. I mean, did it show anything else? She finds herself pausing, her gaze lowering to the ground, but only for a moment.
Non, ressaisis-toi, Mathilda Boaniche. C'est ta
Mathilda
maman,
Boaniche.
la plus grande mère de tous les temps. Qu'est-ce qui pourrait bien avoir mal tourné?
With renewed confidence, she picks up her pace, her pale ponytail bouncing behind her.
Maintenant, sa fille la plus remarquable est en train d'accomplir une mission importante pour la Fondation. Contrairement à certains autres qui ont consacré leur temps précieux à des vacances au nom de réveiller les jeux d'Uluru.
Reviving the Uluru game, so this event is set in the time. I wonder which is it, the first Uluru games or the second? The second? Yep. I mean, it has to be the first one, because in the second it's just Tooth Fairy, not the OG group, like Virgin, Sonero, and everyone. So it has to be the first Ulurus with Ezra and Spectre.
On espère tout de même qu'ils réussiront à rendre ces jeux aussi grandioses et sublimes qu'ils disent qu'il était dans le passé lointain, ou sinon...
I'm just guessing, by the way. Just as she passes another set of shelves, something catches her eye.
Everything's fine here. Now on to the next row.
Ooh, this is such a cute sprite. Her eyes are so big. I love her.
Oh, this is one of my favorites.
What is it?
An excellent question, miss. See that serial number on it? AN003. A water sample from the Paylin River. Number 003. There are hundreds of thousands of samples, collections, and records here. But no matter who you ask, this particular one will always make their top list.
Why is it so special?
Collected in a remote city in China. When the investigators arrived, they found that it had been isolated in time. All its inhabitants dressed and lived as if they were from the late Tang Dynasty.
Tang Dynasty.
They were completely unaware of the state of the world beyond their lands, as if trapped in a time capsule from the forgotten past.
Oh.
The liquid inside the vial is clear and pristine, less like river water and more like a perfectly liquefied gemstone. Matilda can't help but stare in fascination.
But how is that possible? Did no one ever leave the city? Not even to travel or do business?
Yeah, hypothetically, that should be impossible.
You're a clever one, miss. Yes, it seems the investigators were confused too. In the end, they realized that an arcane skill was affecting the Palin River.
That could be the only explanation, to be honest.
Sadly, it seems the arcane energy was dissipating by the time they arrived, and they weren't able to figure out its cause. This is the only sample they were able to recover. Laplace has been begging for access to it. They're eager to unravel the mystery.
Wow, that is indeed a most intriguing claim.
It's not just a claim, miss. It's real. Wait,
She gonna
Miss
show?
Matilda Boaniche?
Oh, she didn't realize who she was talking to. The careless young staff member only now seems to have fully recognized Matilda's presence.
You've heard of me?
Oh, this is gonna stroke her ego so much.
Yeah, of course. Who hasn't heard of the Boaniches and their star investigator daughter? Didn't you know that
Holy
everyone's been
glazing.
talking about you since you joined the foundation? Actually, my mother and I went to visit you. Oh, but I haven't introduced myself. Constance Scott. I'm a fellow graduate from SPDM.
Scott.
Of course, now, I'm just a record keeper here.
Oh, her glasses falling off is such a good touch, because it always happens IRL. It doesn't seem like false modesty. Every top student of the SPDM was granted the honor of having their name inscribed in the school's Hall of Fame, but Matilda has never once come across the name Scott.
Actually, I've been looking for you as well, Miss Scott. Commissioner Pedra asked me to give this to you.
A letter? What's it about?
I couldn't say, but he had a most unpleasant look about him as he gave it to me. Then he asked me to review my report on the events in San Francisco.
Commissioner Pedro.
Are you
Can-
alright? Your face
Remember.
has grown quite pale.
I'm fine. I just have a bad feeling I know what I'm about to read.
Having bid farewell to Matilda, Scott makes her way to a secluded room within the department, the letter clutched in her hand. She carefully closes the door behind her and, with one last glance around the room, opens the envelope. A single sheet of paper floats out from within, one carrying a heavy message.
The investigation has been concluded. Unfortunately, their findings were exactly as we feared. The suspect must be apprehended ASAP, and all efforts must be made to retrieve this arcane object before either cause further trouble. You must leave immediately. Her last reported sighting was in Chinatown, Los Angeles.
Is she under mission or something? I don't remember seeing her much in the trailer at all.
Sorry, could you say that again? Ji Ma Wu? And that means paper horse dance? Okay, I got it.
Oh, this is Loggerhead.
有冇燒肉啊？賣晒啦！今日切條叉燒，整多半隻白切雞啊！
Daddy, look! There's a dragon on the floor! That's totally cool!
People speaking many languages meet and weave around each other on the crowded avenue. Liang wanders around, stopping every now and then to take it all in.
Welcome to Chinatown. How do you like it? Yes, it does give me a certain sense of nostalgia. Do you come here often, Miss Boydier?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, outside of work, it's been a while. 3 years or so.
3 years is a long time.
Only once in 3 years? I don't think you can consider that often.
True. Portier waves a hand, glancing down the lively streets on either side.
Yeah, well, it's a fun place for a day trip, sure. But things are different when you put on the uniform. Remember that private eye back at the hospital? Joe? You can get an impression about how people see the police around here from him.
They must hate the police.
You mean that the residents here don't cooperate with the Arcane Affairs Division?
Well, it's complicated. There's a lot of language and cultural barriers. Folks here just don't turn to the police to solve their problems. Even when they do, we feel like we have no idea where to start. The thing that surprised me the most was how arcanists of all kinds and humans live so closely together here. I guess it's the same in China, isn't it?
China. But I don't think the... I'm not sure about the cultural mix of China. Like, are there a lot of foreign culture mixed in China? But I don't have an idea. Oh, but here they're talking about arcanists, so that's a different topic, I guess.
I remember this one time we had a call about a break-in. When we got there, it turned out the shopkeeper was a big white bird as tall as I am. And this other time, we're chasing down a lost puppet for some lame-ass puppeteer. Anyways, so I asked an old lady if she'd seen a doll nearby. You know what she said? Well, I don't know what she said, but she started going off about me being a Laowai.
Laowai. I wonder what that means.
Now give me some credit. I might not speak Chinese, but I do know Laowai means foreigner.
Okay.
So excuse me? Like, I'm American, baby. Born and raised.
Laowai.
Sorry.
Liang knows she should remain serious, but she can't help but be tickled by Portier's indignation. Portier shoots at her glare, but then heaves a quiet sigh.
That's not even the half of it. The thing is, I don't hate it here. Although I can't say I love Chinatown very much either. To be honest, most of us on the force haven't found a way to make inroads with the people here.
If that's the problem, why don't we try to understand things step by step? Maybe then we can start fresh? We're here anyway.
Baby steps. Liang turns back and examines the archway at the beginning of the world. They have already been in this other world for a while.
Yeah, it's worth a shot. If we're gonna get anywhere, then we'll have to start here. But we need to check another task off our list first.
Beating up thugs in an alley, I think. They cross the street and turn into a narrow alleyway.
Should be right there, down the alley. Feeling excited, rookie? We're about to pay a visit to your favorite director, Noir.
Oh, they're going to Noir. But why are
Favorite?
they?
What? No. I just like the movies, that's all. I've got no specific feelings for the director.
That's the majority of the people. Like those favorite movies you got. But many of them just don't even know the name of the director or the producer or anyone else. I'm the same, so can't really fault her for that. Liang can't hold back her rebuttal, but under Poitier's teasing gaze, she stops herself.
Maybe just a little. I am curious about the mind of the director behind such great movies. But this is strictly a police matter. so I will act with professional self-restraint. Actually, I've made a request with the Vigil's intelligence branch for a file on Director Noah and any related events. We should get it soon.
You've got a file on her already? Feels like you're going a bit overboard, rookie.
Yeah, it's not like they already suspect her, but I think she's different.
It wasn't actually the director that called us. Her assistant did. Later on, Noir herself contacted us and said the so-called threat was just a misunderstanding. Normally, we'd leave it at that. There's too much real crime out there to bother with a case where the victim doesn't think anything happened. Still, according to dispatch, the assistant was real spooked over it. The operator got the feeling we should give it a second look, so they kept the file open. But look, this is just a follow-up and an excuse to come down here. So keep your mind on the real mission.
Got it, ma'am.
The scene from the Division of Arcane Affairs yesterday flashes across Liang's mind. After leaving the hospital, they immediately return to report their findings and highlight the dangers lurking behind Chinatown's strange events. But the higher-ups had a different take on things. Yeah, they're not gonna care about it.
It's been reassigned to the local precinct.
Tia stands in the doorway to the deputy chief's office and shakes her head. Liang immediately catches the subtle shift in her expression.
What's wrong? What does that mean?
Yeah, I don't get it either.
Nothing, kid. It's just most of the force aren't trained to deal with arcane crimes. Don't get me wrong. They're good, capable officers, but I'm worried. If this was any other case, I'd keep my mouth shut. But come on, this is clearly our department. This case has arcanum all over it. I don't think they know what they're getting into.
For a brief moment, neither speaks. Then, Liang's eyes light up.
Miss Boydier, I have an idea. What if we...
What be what?
We prioritize Noir's case, which just happens to put us in Chinatown, so there's no harm in asking a few questions about our other investigation.
Oh, a nice loophole.
I knew there was a little rebel in you, Liang. You like to bend the rules, just not break them. Am I right?
Not too often. Actually, I think we're obliged to take Miss Noah's case seriously, even if it wouldn't help us with the other case. Please wait a minute. It's my communication device.
Pulls out the communication device, often criticized by Foundation employees for being too bulky. Huichil leans in to get a better look. Her chameleon calm perched on her chest stretches its neck in curiosity. Oh, it's the one Matilda and everyone else has.
SPF-1 portable contact device activated. You've received a new message. Downloading attachment. Download complete. Please check your mailbox.
Message? What's it about?
It's from the intelligence department. They've found her records. Miss Noah is registered with the Foundation. There might be something in her files that can provide us some clues.
He opens the pinned email and scans through the attached files. Her expression turns serious.
Wait, is this...
Found something? Cliffhanger? Twist. Humans are natural editors, piercing together an ideal memory from mere fragment. Although I don't usually keep a journal, I had to record today's encounter. Oh, this is Scott. I met the great Miss Matilda Boaniche. I still remember that summer. My mother lectured for an hour before we left, and then another hour during our journey. I thought I was following her instructions perfectly. I was dressed perfectly neat. My greetings were memorized word for word. But the moment I met the Boaniche, I froze solid, too nervous to say anything. Even adults can get stage fright. So how was it fair to give her own daughter the cold shoulder for it? A smile or a pat on the back from mother was all I needed to finish my greeting without fumbling. Thank goodness for Lady Beryl. She saw what happened, and her gracious words salvaged the situation. I didn't disappoint my mother after that. I'm sure of it because the rest of my memories of that visit were pleasant. Lady Beryl's warm smile and Matilda's energetic chat. Matilda could be as noisy as she liked and still win her mother's approval. How I envied that so much. But Lady Beryl, for some reason, I can't remember what she looked like. Now I understand Layden's frustration. Being Matilda's mother, I could imagine a matured, fine version of Matilda, minus the childish energy and, oh right, without the hooked nose. That's my mother's traits. I wonder how her sprite. Remember, keep the cameras hidden. That's the secret. Oh, for the prank videos and all. Yo, such an awesome scene.
Whose is this? It's blocking the camera sightlines. Get it out of the way.
Get it out of the way.
When are we coming in? We've been waiting forever. I wish I brought a chair.
What's going on? Are they filming another movie? Do you see anyone famous?
Why do some of them sound British? At the end of the alley, in an old abandoned house filled with camera equipment, crew members and actors go about their business, drawing curious glances from passerby. One particular figure catches Liang's attention, someone strangely familiar.
Oh, is that today's lunch? Mind if I take a look?
Oh, we found her.
Not now? Fine.
That's that odd person I saw at the hospital. She works for the foundation.
Who? You mean Camerahead over there? What do you mean by odd? You think she could be a fake?
Camerahead.
No, she's a real foundation member.
Siren Head's little sister.
When I inquired about Miss Noah's file. Her name is Latham, an awakened arcanist, currently working in the Arcanum Containment Department.
Siren Head's such a throwback, though.
I wasn't given any access
Was
to her
it before
details,
COVID? I
but
think
based
it was
on our
before
encounter,
COVID.
we should have no problem with her.
Good. Fine. I'm happy enough leaving the Awakened to their quirkiness.
Leave them alone. She is in the top priority. Liang knows that. Sorry. She pushes aside that odd feeling for now, falling to a chair through the crowd and onto the set.
What do you mean she hasn't eaten yet? Director
Holy.
Noah's doctor was explicit that she's not allowed to skip any meals.
Please, Blue Block. Please, Blue Block. Make more NPC sprites. Please. Keep making these sprites. Huge W for you guys.
Oh, hello, officers. How can I help you?
The well-dressed woman walks over to them.
We received a call from a Lin Wang. Did you make a report about some unknown person making physical threats and stalking Miss Noir?
Yes, that's right. I'm Lin. But...
Upon hearing the purpose, Lin hesitates, glancing uncertainly over at one end of the set.
We did it! Abby, you're here!
Cut.
At the single command, the actors freeze in place.
No, I'm afraid we'll have to roll that again.
I'm sorry, Director.
The young actor's body stiffens instantly. Based on where we're standing, it's clear that he's only a background character in this scene. But Noir, seated on a throne like wheelchair, the overseer of everything, didn't miss his mistake, no matter how minor it was.
Not at all. I just want more emotion this time. She's your true love, but you have been apart for a long time. Things are different now. She is. You are.
He is. You are.
Your reunion must be more complex. It isn't simply happiness you feel. You must mix that emotion with worry and guilt.
Let's go.
She doesn't know anything about what happened to you. You can't help but worry that she will never be able to understand you. You wonder if she has got herself into any troubles.
She's going into such detail.
I know this is a short scene, but the audience must see a full range of emotions. You are capable of more, so be more.
Yes, even short scenes can make a great impact on the audience if it's done really well.
I know you attended drama school, so let's see that training shine. I know you can do it.
Oh, she's so positive too. I thought from the trailers she would be like so stuck up and mean and bossy. But she's encouraging and so nice.
Yes, Director! I will try my best!
Simply being noticed by the famous director is enough to leave him visibly flustered. He immediately straightens up, shedding his nervous stance from moments before.
Good. Let's roll it again.
Très bien.
Excuse me, Director Noir.
Seizing this moment before the next take, the assistant sweeps in and whispers something to Noir. Noir glances towards the two officers, her face betraying no emotion. It's impossible to tell what she's thinking.
For someone that famous, you think I'd have known she uses a wheelchair.
I mean, it should be a known fact. If she's that famous, everyone would know her. Who would know her would know that she's in a wheelchair.
How you feeling? Finally getting a chance to meet your favorite director. Thrilled?
Waitier nudges Liang with her elbow, tilting forward a little as she teases her. But when she sees Liang's face, she pauses.
What's with the long face, kid? Where'd all your excitement go? Oh, is it about the message you got?
Oh
Yes.
yeah, they didn't tell us
It's
what the
just
message
something
was.
that's bothering me.
Before Liang can explain, the subject of the discussion rolls towards them in a wheelchair.
Thanks for coming, officers. But I believe I've already explained that this was all just a misunderstanding. As you can see, I'm in perfect health. Well, ignoring these two.
She pats her legs with a cheerful laugh. It seems the director has no qualms about her physical condition, though it's hardly the kind of joke anyone else can comfortably laugh along to.
But according to your assistant, there's been someone stalking you for months, and they've recently sent you a threatening letter. So what? That all just misunderstandings too?
I'm terribly sorry for inconveniencing you, officers. Lin is a very dedicated assistant, always looking out for me. She may have just overreacted to my situation. I don't mean to brag, but I've been in the limelight for long enough that I've seen my share of crazy fans.
Don't know if it's the lighting, but does she have white hair? I mean gray hair? I don't think she's that
I'm used
old.
to it.
Sure, I get that. But about that letter you received, do you still have it?
Noir lets out a wide chuckle and shakes her head.
I'm afraid I don't have it anymore. I received so many letters, most of them friendly, some of them not so much friendly. I've made a name in this industry, and a few enemies too. If I paid any attention to the negativity, it only dragged me down. While I'm sure you would do a fine job keeping me safe, officers, I can't let myself worry over it. Besides, what are they going to do? Break my kneecaps?
I mean, they could go for your elbows.
Frankly, the only thing I am worried about is that your presence is another distraction for my crew.
She casts a grateful and perhaps apologetic look around the set.
So, it's very much appreciated that you went out of your way to check in on me. But I have a movie to make. I can't disappoint my fans. Now, if you'll excuse me, we're burning daylight and I still have 4 more scenes to film. These Hollywood producers may have opened doors for me, but they also give me so many problems lately.
He smiles at the officers as if to signal the conversation's end. Liang will stop.
Is this really just because of her movie?
Noir has already begun to turn her wheelchair off, but Liang stops her in her tracks.
Pardon me?
You seem to be refusing our assistance because you've decided this threat is only a harmless prank. You've decided that it's worth the risk to focus on your film. I don't mean to judge your decision. It may be understandable in some cases.
He moves closer, lowering her voice as she leans in to deliver the next sentence in a hushed voice. Oh, is this the scene?
But if this threat is not just a prank, if it is serious...
Am I sensing disapproval?
Noir narrows her eyes a little and raises a hand to halt her approaching assistant. This is a good sign. Liang has earned the chance to talk for at least a little longer. She pushes aside her conflicting emotions and carries on in a voice only the two of them can hear.
There has been an increase in patients coming from Chinatown showing signs of mental instability. Their symptoms include confusion, amnesia, drowsiness, and volatile anger. None of the patients seem to have anything in common. No prior history, all without a clear cause. Does that sound familiar?
Sorry. Is this leading somewhere?
So something similar to this happened before involving her. After a moment of thought, Noir shakes her head, her calm face carrying a perfectly measured hint of confusion.
A case 8 years ago. He Rizhun, the scriptwriter for your first big hit, Detective CO7. She burned to death in her own house. However, the cleaners found a fume reel in the debris, surprisingly intact after the fire.
I've been watching Noir's every expression. She doesn't miss the fleeting shift in her eyes at the mention of the film reel.
Strange, isn't it? Every other item was burnt to ash, yet this one 8mm reel was as good as new.
It was placed there
The
by the
cleaners
culprit.
felt the same way. So, being curious, they played the reel. 3 of the 5 who watched it ended up in an asylum. 1 jumped from a building, and the last, according to the reports, became like an empty shell of the person.
Yo, the ring! It's the ring! Watch the video and you die in 7 days.
And what's happening here reminds you of that?
There are some commonalities between the cases. I can't ignore the possibility that they are related. 2 in particular stand out to me. The similar symptoms of those affected, and you. hard to shake the thought that these are not coincidences.
Whispers spark among the crew as they eye the secret conversation.
What are the police still here for? Are we gonna get back to filming? Who knows? But it doesn't seem good. We are losing light here. Can these guys wrap it up already?
These murmurs, of course, don't escape Noir's and Liang's notice. When she speaks again, Noir's tone is a far more direct one.
Is that an accusation?
No,
Not at
not
all.
at all.
Yeah,
I'm
she
just
was
hoping
like
you might be able to shed some light on our case.
implying you were involved, so you must know something.
After our initial investigation, we officially recorded it as an ominous Arcanum incident and determined that the cause with that 8mm film reel, which contained a film titled Reunion of the Three Swallows.
I wonder if it's an actual movie. I'm searching it up right now. Yep, don't think so.
To this day, however, the exact nature of the Arcanum hasn't been conclusively determined. We still aren't sure why it has this strange effect on people's minds, nor why the damage appears to be irreversible. Perhaps more importantly, we still don't know the origin behind the Arcanum on the reel. There are many possible causes that might create such an effect.
So these three sparrows, I think it's her, Noir, and the actress, Jixing, I think, if I remember, and the scriptwriter. These three, the sparrows.
One
I
of
think.
the most common thought is from absorbing powerful emotions from an arcanist. The darkest emotions possess the strongest power. Anger, hatred. Emotions so strong that
Sorry guys, give me a second.
and in such cases, these objects are sure to lead to disaster. I believe that this film is, undoubtedly, one such cursed item. If it is the case that this film was involved in these new incidents, then we must find out what obsession it's carrying out and find a countermeasure.
I assume you're already on the case.
Yeah, they are.
Indeed, I am, Miss Noah. I've been studying the report on the original case, including some of the theories of the original investigator. One of the theories suggests that, despite your collaboration on the CO7 series, there were many points of conflict between you and Miss He. In fact, the reports mention you had a violent quarrel with her on the day of the fire. There was even a question about whether you might have been responsible for her death.
Now that is an implication for committing an arson
So,
murder.
as you can see, I have more than a strong reason to believe you are connected. And if this cursed Rio is behind these recent incidents, I'm afraid that you may be the intended target of this curse.
The first principle is that what you see is real, but it might not be the truth.
Hot damn, rookie. Who could have guessed the famous director would be a part of her own real-life thriller? After talking to her, we still got nothing useful to go on. I can't read anything behind that smiling face of hers. But if your little theory has got any truth to it, then the war is in real danger. So why not talk? Isn't she worried about her own life?
I think she doesn't care actually. Or she's painting comics. Put your channels of frustration into her food, devouring most of the meal in the blink of an eye. As she swallows the last shrimp dumpling, she turns to look at Liang, who is busy chatting with the restaurant owner.
是吗？原来对面杂货店那家的女儿也。
Oh wow. Is the VA the same for Soneto, like even in Chinese? Cause she also speaks fluent Italian too. Man, these what do you call multilingual VAs? They're so cool.
就是咯，最近都不知道搞什么，好多街坊家里都出了事。老卢家还算好嘞，他带个女儿去看中医，抓了药，吃了一段时间就好了不少。
Yo, there was not even this much Chinese, even in the Jews event. By Jew I mean Yunangzi. In our event, I think there was barely any Chinese, as far as I remember.
但是对面街口马仔，他阿妈就麻烦了。那个阿婆原本就身体不好，忽然间又变到疯疯癫癫。他们两公婆之前都有个靓妹来问这件事，说什么事情不太对路。哎，我说呀，就是临近年关，那些污浊的东西都出来了。
It must be the actress.
您说还有人打听过这件事？那是什么人？
他说自己是什么新科学
Oh, it's Anna
新科学什
Lee.
么鬼事务所
I
的，
completely
好像是
forgot
个神
she's
婆
this event
刚
too.
来到唐人街这一带的。他还给了我一张卡片，印得鬼马了个，不过不知道被我放到哪里去。
原来如此，多谢你。
As Liang returns to her seat, Portier shows her a questioning look.
So, any progress?
I have some bad news. First, there are more victims than we expected. Second, we're not the only ones who've noticed. We need to hurry if we don't want this case to attract wider attention.
Why don't we start with the director then? She seems like our best lead.
I don't think she'll give you anything. Having cleared the dishes closest to her, Portier pulls the char siu buns from the other side of the table.
I've got a hunch her case is connected with this one. Just like you said, there are too many coincidences to not dig deeper. That writer, what was it? Huh, Ridgewine? She's an arcanist, right? No surprise that she'd imbue that film with all of her final bits of hatred. I've seen a dozen cases like it. Cursed objects are weird as heck. It's definitely possible that it could have chased Noir all the way here.
But there isn't any evidence that corroborates the rivalry between Miss Noah and Miss He.
One instance.
Hold on. Didn't you read that in a report by another visual? Maybe it's only hearsay, but that's something. Not only that, get this. I did some digging of my own. The night that cleaner leaped off that roof was the exact same night that Noir was in the car accident that left her legs paralyzed.
Oh, that's interesting.
It gets freakier. According to the reports, they happened within minutes of each other. And the building was less than a block away from the scene of the accident. How's that for evidence? We've got a saying in the DAA, Cadet. When it comes to Arcanum, there's no such thing as coincidences.
With this declaration, Poitier pops the last char-siu bun into her mouth.
Whether coincidence or not, it isn't much to go on. We need evidence.
Of course. We can't just leap to accusations without proof. But when it comes to arcane crime, you've got to follow your hunches. So keep your nose to the ground.
Poitier notices the dejection on Yang's face, and sheepishly sets down her chopsticks.
I get you. This isn't just about evidence. You don't want to point the finger at someone you admire.
Nah, it's not that, I'm sure of it.
But you've got to pursue this, even if that means you have to separate the artists from their work.
Liang remains silent for a moment, picks up the chilled lemon soda from the table, and takes a sip.
Actually, there is another reason that I'm not entirely convinced that Miss Noah, the film incident, and the events in Chinatown are connected. In fact, it's quite a substantial reason. If our records are correct, the cursed reel was found and contained by the Foundation 6 months after the initial incident. Which means, unless something has gone horribly wrong, it should still be safely stored within the Arcanum Containment Department.
Sharp crash interrupts her words. The two turn toward the sound.
Oops, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's Scott. A bespectacled girl fumbles with a napkin as she hurriedly tries to clean up the shattered tin she just knocked over, but her sneaking glances toward the two officers don't escape their attention. But the shiny emblem on her chest tells them exactly where she's going. It's the Foundation. Get her!
Well.
Jump her! They exchange a puzzled look.
If I remember it right, you mentioned earlier that you saw someone from the Foundation acting suspicious yesterday.
Oh, that wasn't
Yes.
her.
Like the lady over there. She also works for the ACD.
Guess we'll have a talk with her.
I agree, Miss Poitier.
They rise from the table and approach the girl. They gotta jump her ass. Leave her alone. Yeah, I'll just use the impromptu.
Oh, I got it now.
Scotch. Is something the matter, officers? You seem to have overheard a conversation. Was there anything in it you might know about? We welcome any leads you might have and even offer a reward for helping solve the case. No, I didn't hear anything. It all happened so suddenly. I have urgent business to attend. Please understand, officers. There's no need to worry, ma'am. You seem a bit flustered here. Why don't you come sit down and we'll have a nice chat? Yes, I'm sure there's a way we can be of help to each other.
Just another shift.
Stars.
Holy, one heck wonder.
Yes.
Under Liang and Poitier's relentless questioning, the suspicious Foundation member ultimately surrenders.
All right, I'll tell. But only to you, since you're a vigil, but she isn't, right? Sorry, I should really only disclose this info to other Foundation members.
She shoots a cautious glance at Poitier. Poitier says nothing, simply raising her chin at Liang in approval. Liang follows the girl out into the empty alley. After verifying Liang's identity with a communication device, the girl gives a final glance up and down the alley before talking.
There's no one I would trust more than a vigil, Miss Liang. I'm here on a mission for the Foundation, and you might be able to help me with it.
September 1990, a female arcanist committed a serious assault and caused a number of casualties. She had appeared at an illegal gathering held by the Order of Enlightenment, a subordinate organization of Manes Vindictae. The timekeeper encountered her and confirmed her identity. Anjo Nala, a beyond arcanist. Born sometime in the 19th century, she was sealed inside a wind-up toy in the year 1968. Since then, she has become a lethal weapon that must obey whoever possesses her toy.
Yep.
But back in 1985, I mean, the real 1985, that toy had been safely stored in an Arcanum containment department as a dangerous item.
And then it got into the hands of Manes
Until
Vindictae.
it was stolen.
Yep.
You were involved in that particular inventory check. There are 4 additional items that are now lost aside from number 066. The circumstances of the last storm, and that devastating spell threw our whole organization into chaos. However, there's no excuse for failing to uphold our department's most crucial mission.
This is spoilers if you haven't completed chapter 7. Well, I'll not talk much into it. Yeah, that's a spoiler.
Fortunately, it appears that our break-in was committed by a single culprit.
Who was it?
I heard what you and your partner just said. It's about all the weird things that happen in Chinatown, right? It was my mission to catch Latham and retrieve all the arcane objects she'd stolen before they caused more damage. But I guess it's already too late for that.
The meaning behind these words is crystal clear. There is no room for Liang to feign ignorance.
Then you're saying that...
Yeah.
Yes, the cursed reel from the incident you mentioned was among the stolen items. And you said that you have some clue about its current whereabouts?
The cursed film reunion of the 3 swallows is in Chinatown. The weight of this revelation sinks heavily in Liang's chest.
I was told to operate under strict secrecy. But at this point, the faster they're retrieved, the better. So, shall we work together?
Sorry, there is resetting, so it's just loading. Give me a sec. Okay. Yep, it's happening. I hate this. Okay, just load the game, bro. Just load the game. I hate it when this happens, bro. Scott takes a notebook from her pocket and pulls out a photo tucked inside.
Our main suspect is Latham, an awakened arcanist.
Oh, so she's Latham, not Loggerhead. Liang can't help but look surprised when she recognizes the other girl in the photograph. But Scott seems to misinterpret her reaction.
It's hard for me to believe she'd do this. We were colleagues and close friends. I used to call her Loggerhead because she's the most forgetful person I know. At first, I refused to believe she could do such a thing. I still don't understand why. She's not the kind to be greedy. But the vigils investigated the theft thoroughly, and the vigils are not the kind to make mistakes. You've been here a few days already, right? Have you had any word about where she might be?
I mean, we know where she is. Scott's brow furrows, her expression torn between hope and fear. It's as if she wants confirmation while equally dreading to hear the truth.
Sorry, I haven't.
What? I guess she wants to confront herself and want to know before she snitches on her. She shakes her head. Scott's expression visibly relaxes.
Oh, what a pity.
Now we go back to Loggerhead. I see. This document contains confidential information. Please do not take it out of the precinct. Noir, female, arcanist. Her arcane skill allows her to manipulate inanimate objects within a defined range, designating them as actors. Born in Hong Kong in 1950, graduated from USC School of Cinematic Arts in 1972. Later worked at what will eventually become known as TVB. In 1978, she began collaborating with the independent production companies to produce low-budget films. Released her debut film Muddle in 1979, established New Art Company in 1980, and began working on the film Detectives CO7. In 1983, a car accident left her paralyzed from the waist down, allegedly tied to the film incident. For more details on the film incident, please refer to the attached documentation. No, I actually did a 10 pull, but I'm wondering if I should do another 10 pull for stream. I mean, for streamer luck, I guess. I mean, let's just see if it works. I hope it works. I mean, if I do get her, it's an early pity, which is good for me. Even if I lose the 50-50, I'm fine. So, alright, fuck it, let's see. Okay. Come on, streamer luck, don't fail me. Oh, that's shitty. Bad luck. No problem. It's all good. So I'm 20 pulls in already. So, yep. And it's not a guarantee, so it's fine. I'm just saving up for Al.
I used to struggle with meditation. If so much as a fingertip trembled,
It's the new double analysis, okay. Such a banger. I think I'll stop it here for today. you enjoyed the stream. Gonna wait. Looking for someone who's playing reverse. This guy's been playing reverse. He's playing reverse. So yep, okay, that'll be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please let me know if I do changes or anything. Hopefully the audio is better this stream. As always, if you like the video, please share, subscribe, and like. I'll be posting soon. So hopefully you guys like it more. Yep, okay. See you guys soon.